Was your wife there for the Jack Della Maddalena fight? By chance?
She was not.
Right.
She was not.
So
she missed it.
Shout out. All right.
Yeah.
You like that? Shouting out Ken Florian.
Dude,
Cody
that was
told
awesome.
me I need to shout out Ken Florian.
Actually, she was. I'm sorry. She was. She was. Yeah. She
see
was.
That, Clark? You see what I'm doing there? You know?
You're the man, dude.
Not shouting out the podcast. Had to shout out my guy, Ken Florian. You know, Michael Bisping sort of intimated that Jack Della Maddalena was the best boxer in the UFC. And you seem to see, you just light up when you talk about this guy like few other fighters. I don't know if that means you want to go to Perth, Western Australia to say hello. It's pretty far. But what do you have for us on Jack Della Maddalena? He sort of intimated that he was hunkering down for 15 hard minutes with Randy Brown and needed 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Oh, he should have. He's a professional. That's why he did. Randy Brown is really tough. Wasn't an easy one for me to pick. However, it is that boxing and ability to get on the inside and land hard shots that ultimately had me pick Jack Della Maddalena. I think he is so clean with his boxing. I think there's, it's one thing. Everyone always looks at, oh my gosh, he's so fast, he's so powerful. But seeing slick head movement, seeing the ability to create angles and be sophisticated with what you do, that is rare. The Conor McGregor had that. He was way ahead of a lot of people when it came to that. When he came into the UFC, a lot of people have caught up now. But Jack Della Maddalena also kind of has that other level of boxing and ability to problem solve in real time because of that experience with his hands and his ability to move his feet. Man, the dude he is so good. Randy Brown is tough, man. That is a tough matchup stylistically. That is a tough matchup because of the length and size of Randy Brown. And man, he just finds a way. Just a cool customer, man. That's all I could say. Every time I see him fight, dude, he's just like, this is just like another training session for him, it seems.
Yeah, yeah. So I've often said, there may be mixed martial arts minds as sharp analytically as Ken Flo's, but I don't think there are minds that are sharper. And someone that I would put on your level is probably Dominic Cruz. And he's able to extract certain things in these fighter meetings that maybe other guys aren't. And he was talking about Jack Della Maddalena, who's a righty, but he fights southpaw and he switches stances, right? Yeah. And he basically got Jack to sort of say that it was surfing with his right foot forward that helped him develop that style. And then Dom went on to say, are you more offensive or defense in certain stances, right? And, because Dom was basically intimating, like, when you're orthodox, bro, you're definitely not defensive, right? Yeah. And Jack's like, let me think about it. He's like, yeah, I'm offensive in that. Goddamn right you are,
right.
But it was just really interesting to hear him talk about that. And obviously he is a very sophisticated switch stance fighter and caught Randy Brown behind the ear. And then, obviously he has a hurt opponent, but, some of these guys really know how to put people away with a choke and other people do not. I don't have good submissions. Jack Della Maddalena obviously has submissions. So probably going to get a top 15 name. And I think bigger picture, I mean, Perth is really far away, but this guy can main event a UFC fight night in Sydney, in Brisbane, in Melbourne, in Perth. I mean, I said budding superstar on the broadcast, and I don't think it's overstating it. He called for Vicente Luque. Seems like Jack Della Maddalena. He's ready for the video game. He's ready for the top 15 and everything else.
Great call out. Great fight. I think that's interesting. Yeah, absolutely. This Australia has a star in Jack Della Maddalena. No question about it. And, I'd like to get back to Randy Brown because I think Randy Brown was losing focus. I get what he was trying to do, but he was getting a little too cute against a guy that is just way too dangerous. I think he lost focus and allowed, Jack to really take over. But, yeah, I love that. Definitely put him on a big fight night main event in Australia to build that dude up, because that is someone I would start to kind of move my forces around if I'm the UFC, because he's something special, man. The way that he fights, the skills that he has, let's go.